big qualifier, and I believe the answer to that is Demon Island.
Of course, I mean, would it be a Pavelski set if we didn't see at least one Demon Island game on the Mordex? We got Flamethrower picking it over here, and of course, on weapons like guitars and bow, definitely a stage that you like here. Definitely a lot more flat, and immediately starting off with a double recovery off of Pavelski, whiffing a side light there. And Pavelski already playing very preemptively, looking to get a call out on Flamethrower's jump. So we're seeing a lot of those, and you see there an overshoot and light. Pavelski just trying to be very proactive and call out where Flamethrower is going to be. Flamethrower not giving anything to Pavelski and actually reacting to what Pavelski's whiffing a lot better than he is.
Okay, and so far, I mean, Pavelski kind of getting iced out here, right? Flamethrower not throwing out many attacks, playing a bit parry, and Pavelski the kind of player that will hold forward and press on, right? And so kind of playing into Flamethrower's game plan, but Pavelski needs that, oh, that weapon throw just saved Pavelski's life. Flamethrower kind of haphazardly keeping Pavelski alive a little bit longer than he needed to, but it doesn't matter. The recovery from the bow is going to do it, and that's a 0 to KO. Perfect stock from Flamethrower, has not been touched once.
Yeah, it's looking, I mean, harder and harder for Pavelski to get back in this game, but some nice gauntlet open ups there can definitely be the answer. Flamethrower getting punished accordingly for the double recovery. The GC side sig doesn't find its hit, but that would have been crazy if you found it. Unfortunately, not there, but Pavelski showing signs of life immediately there.
And that's the scary thing, right? Even if you have a lead on Pavelski, he'll go for plays like that that really just make you wake up, right? Down an entire stock, but not out as far as, you know, got more games to play, but also just so much heart, the way that he just kind of will erupt at any moment. You never know if you're safe, no matter how much your lead is when you're going up against someone like Pavelski. Nice.
Nair there, yeah, really solid nair. And those are the nairs that kind of like, I feel like those hurt the most to get hit by, because it kind of shows that Flamethrower is in your head. You're able to get those falling very late, realizing like, okay, I know when you want to stack on top of me, and an Ember down sig, I believe, closing out that stock for Flamethrower. Yeah, that's tough for sure.
Good old bow end sig there, the little bird.
Oh, end sig, yeah.
But wait, we'll see what Pavelski has here, because right now Flamethrower got him beat, right? Like, I mean, you know, he had that one play that was almost really cool, would have been a clip, but a perfect dodge from Flamethrower. And Flamethrower kind of showing and abusing just how good Ember's signatures are, right? I don't think there's any person on the planet that will tell you that Ember has bad signatures. And when Pavelski missed the punish there as well, Flamethrower tries to get the punish. Ooh, Pavelski had some sort of guaranteed conversion off of that soft side light, but doesn't get it. Side sig will do it instead, though, but so much damage racked up. Only has a stock left. Flamethrower has 2 unscathed stocks to work with.
Okay, nice avoidance. Wait, that's a big opportunity for Pavelski. Pavelski sending Flamethrower off stage, but yeah, you lose. You know, you kind of live and die by that sword there as you go off stage. You expend a lot of your resources, but if that hits Pavelski with a chance to fight back, unfortunately it doesn't for him, and Flamethrower takes the game on a very confident Ember. But I didn't even see them go to Legend Select. It just happened so fast, and we're getting immediately into game number 2. Pavelski switching into the Jaeyun.
Yeah, you know what? I get it, right? Especially with the way that Flamethrower has been playing, you're kind of like, it can be a little bit trickier with Scythe, you know, when you're trying to get these stocks off stage or even gauntlets, right? There's a bit of reading that you have to do on person's aerial drift, and then you got to kind of like guess a few times off stage. But now Pavelski's not even really trying to go off stage like that. So you know what? I'm gonna play this on stage game with you, and I'm gonna go for these 50-50s off of these sword side lights, and I'll wait for you to approach. He said, you know, I got this down light that goes halfway across the map if you don't respect it. And now you can already see Flamethrower sweating a lot more. Nice. Jeez. Night and day, and now Pavelski can fish for a D-Light recovery and get rid of this Ember.
Yeah, already showing a lot more in this Jaeyun pick here with the Greatsword online now, looking to close out the stock with it. You just need one good string, of course, but Flamethrower going to try to get a string started of his own, and light into recovery. Gets punished by a recovery of Pavelski. Pavelski now taking control of the pace of the match a lot better here on the Jaeyun.
Yeah, normally, you know, something like this, you know, historically, bow, oh my, down air into gravity cancel down light from Pavelski. Cool stuff. And he's just getting the juggle so well, too. Swaps over to the sword, gets the end light, and trying to starve Flamethrower. Flamethrower does get the bow. But, you know, historically, the Greatsword usually struggles a little bit into the bow matchup. But, I mean, Flamethrower can't even seem to get hits out. There we go. That side light going to connect. But now that Flamethrower has to approach because he's behind, you can see Pavelski's having a bit of an easier time. But as I say that, Flamethrower gets that neutral sig and gets the stock count to even.
Okay, recovery there from Pavelski, and you know, being unarmed here versus bow is definitely very scary. You have to find okay, a weapon. As I say that, Flamethrower not really playing into the weapon star game all too much, but now with the bow in hand, Pavelski kind of floundering here, getting hit by a lot of these bow hits, and Ember, you know, has a low defense but pretty decent damage output, so you have to be very careful taking these hits like this. Pavelski picking up a great sword though, realizing what his win condition is here, pick up the big sword and win the game with it. We'll see if he can find it. Gets the finisher there. Wow, the very delayed one as well.
Oh, misses that edge guard there. Nice delay to not get caught by that down sig from the arrow would have been disastrous for Pavelski. But it's such an awkward matchup for him because Pavelski is, as I mentioned earlier, someone that will always press on forward. Flamethrower has done very little in terms of actually approaching Pavelski in this game. Likes to sit back in the corner and then wait to see Pavelski whiff something, and then just like that, goes for the punish.
And that's another stock for Flamethrower and another stock lead. Weapon toss there from Flamethrower, giving yourself a little bit more time on that wall. Double exclamation points come out. Pavelski forfeiting the corner for the weapon pickup, and it works out there as that recovery picks up that stock. The great sword still in hand for Pavelski. Yeah, goes for the weapon pickup immediately, gets hit with a 3-piece. That's a lot of damage for the Jaeyun.
He has to get back on stage though. Yeah, need to be careful. Needs to regain some of that center. Nice spot dodge on the weapon throw. Gives him the space that he needs and is looking for. And now you're in a spot where Jaeyun here might be able to just KO Ember off of one dodge read. Depending off of what dodge and what situation, he might be able to get stocked right here. First needs to find an opening. Not going to be able to get anything off in the corner like that off stage. No, needs some runway to really carry an elongated punish. But now for sure, one sidelight to a 50-50 and could do it. Pavelski just lets it rip. Tries to call out Flamethrower on potentially not dodging, but doesn't work here. Oh,
nice tie there. Oh, the weapon toss was really deep and didn't find it there. And somehow Pavelski fighting back with the unarmed nair off the GC downlight. That's the signature. Flamethrower not enough to KO. Can Flamethrower tap it in? Yes, he can. GC downlight into the wall, into ground pound to close that one out. And Flamethrower with a very close game, taking that one and getting set advantage and set point.
Yeah, Pavelski just not picking the right recovery option there, right? You have a couple of mix-ups you can go for. In that scenario, he decided to air dodge to try and touch the stage, which is fine. He does it diagonally, though, which makes him go a little bit higher than I think he would have liked. And then he gets caught by the gravity cancel delay here. You're going to see it right here, right? Tries to dodge into the stage there. Maybe if he got a little bit more on the X-axis and went completely horizontally, he would have been able to. Or alternatively, since he was playing Jaeyun, he could have also just gone for a gravity cancel N-sig to recover there, and the delay on the charge of the N-sig would have made him escape getting caught by that gravity cancel D-light from Flamethrower. And so a little bit unfortunate, but that's just the name of the game. Sometimes you pick a mix-up and that one just wasn't the right one for that situation.
Yeah, absolutely, and we're going to see Pavelski, you know, making this attempt to get this 2 games in a row, going to Small Worlds and a smaller stage, but still no platforms to be seen to assist that bow sharking that platform, of course. So, yeah, this one plays out for Pavelski. Is now Pavelski, the one in the back foot for sure here. Throws the sword away, picking up another great sword, looking to get something going here. Nice snare from Flamethrower, just creating some space in center stage, punishing Pavelski for getting too aggressive on this greatsword. Good stuff so far.
You see, Pavelski's like, man, you're really not going to approach me, huh? Fine, I'll go in. There's a dash up D-light.
Oh, what a mix-up, covering the dodge through.
Gets him on the 50-50. The recovery's not going to be enough, but we're close here. And gets the gravity cancel D-light exhausted recovery. And that's going to have the juice.
That was really, really smart. Really great coverage from Pavelski there to cover high. Especially after, you know, you miss a recovery, you're like, okay, I'm going to just be able to land for free, but Pavelski chasing high there, and Flamethrower hitting, I don't know exactly what Flamethrower was going for there, but Pavelski is going to definitely punish that one.
Beautiful dodge timing from Pavelski to avoid that side air. And swap over to the sword as well. Beautiful reaction. Tries to go for something cute there. Thought he might go for a gravity cancel D-light. Instead, goes for the down air and then gets caught by the immediate weapon pickup into neutral sig from Flamethrower, but Pavelski does still have a lead. Flamethrower doing a great job of icing Pavelski out. Nice.
Oh, GC Downlight, the best combo starter in the entire game, into Greatsword Ground Pound, one of the slower ground pounds in the game. A lot of damage in that one as well. Flamethrower accurately dodging on the bridge. Gets the D-Light into the recovery off of the whiffed N-Sig. You try to punish that move, but the strength of those signatures that move you is that you have to punish the repositioning, and there, Flamethrower going a little bit too crazy trying to find it. Pavelski getting some big damage there, waiting out for the finisher. Didn't give it that time as he slipped over to the wall, but still so much damage for Pavelski, only on his second stock.
Yeah, effectively 2/3 of Flamethrower stock gone off of one interaction. Flamethrower trying his best to bring things back. The tail end of that side sig is going to connect there. But Pavelski able to mix up the dodge time and get to the wall in a way. Needs to touch the wall here. Does he get the touch there? He does. Okay, and he uses the recovery to come back. Double recovery, and now Flamethrower almost caught by that sword recovery. Pavelski is throwing out all the KO moves now. He wants to move on to game 4.
Absolutely, and Pavelski not even picking up the weapon there. Flamethrower just not choosing to get back on there, it looked like, and looks like Pavelski is forcing a game 5 versus Flamethrower.
Okay. Whew. Pavelski really locking in that game.
For sure.
Which was needed, right? Because I mean, we're having a tough bout, right? We saw game 1. The Mordex did not get the job done. Game 2, we see the swap over to Jaeyun, and it almost gets the job done, but it just falls a little bit short. Game 3, he manages to get that W and forces the game 4 here, but also forces a swap of legend. Instead of the Ember, we now have the Kaya. And aside from the obvious difference in weapon between Katars and the Spear, you have so much more defense on Kaya, and that's going to be a really big difference. I was talking about at the end of that last game how there was one interaction, Pavelski effectively chopped through the 2/3 of Flamethrower stock. Well, now it's going to be more like half.
Yeah, exactly. And buying yourself time versus Greatsword is definitely the name of the game. And we'll see if we can find success here for Flamethrower, because it's like, you know, you don't have the Katars, and the Katars seem to be really solid at positioning yourself to punish a lot of Pavelski's whiffs. So we'll see how the Spear plays into that for sure. Nice pick up there.
Okay, Pavelski's going to recover high, gets the falling side air as well to try to reverse things. Gonna go ahead and pick up a sword. No, it's another great sword he had queued up there. And you can see Flamethrower once again on the opposite side of the stage, not really willing to approach. Finally does, and this time Pavelski's the one who's going to parry him, managing to get that 4-hit string and convert it into an edge guard, tapping it in once again.
Yeah, it's really potent when you have moves that send at angles where you're forced to kind of take the wall at a predictable timing. GC down like ground pound. I mean, it's been an option for like such a long time, but it's such a strong one. Pavelski now having the wall to Flamethrower. Flamethrower saying, you know what? I might be down in stocks, but I will play like I have a lead and hold to this wall. And it's an effective strategy there as he's able to get back on the stage and get some nice damage on Pavelski. Pavelski winning these straight out because you're up a stock. Big finisher there, going for the down air. The sword and the stone to close out that one, but didn't find its connection. Now Flamethrower going for the down sig. That will close it out.
Nice catch there. Pavelski almost getting able to dodge through, but not quite enough. Still got a lot of damage on the last stock. Has the great sword here as well. Is waiting full stage away, and they are playing this game of chicken. This time Pavelski approaches and gets punished for it. 2 hits now, but once again catching Flamethrower on these 50-50s off of the sidelight, and it's working out. Next time he hits him with a sidelight and he guesses right, that's going to be the stock. D-light recovery on the table too.
Nice weapon toss from Flamethrower. Downlight into side air for Pavelski. Sends Flamethrower off stage once again. The recovery covers Flamethrower going high and avoiding the wall. D-light into the recovery once again off of a gravity cancel. Pavelski is just too strong at covering these landings, especially the higher ones on Flamethrower, and Flamethrower now needing a spark of life to you know, not go to this game 5, but Pavelski wants this reverse 3-0 right now.
Yeah, because how many times have we seen Pavelski get that exact punish, right? Where he gets a sword recovery, and then Flamethrower, I think, trying to maybe fastball out a hit stun, comes down and then gets caught by yet another gravity cancel D-light into the recovery. And so he needs to be looking out for that, but Pavelski doing such a great job scouting out that defensive option and movement. And now, wow, I can't believe he wasn't able to hit him there. Great gravity cancel from Flamethrower.
Yeah, that's going to help you a lot, but whereas Pavelski's better at covering the landings, Flamethrower not so much. Down air into the side air to send really far down, and Pavelski stops any sort of comeback happening and forces game number 5. Pavelski punishing Flamethrower for playing a little bit too scared on the wall, playing a little too passive. I want to see Flamethrower take action here, take control of this match, but right now, Pavelski looking unstoppable on this Jaeyun.
All right, let's see game number 5. What is the scenery going to be? This great start from Pavelski has proven to be quite a problem for Flamethrower to deal with here. Flamethrower going to have to think about it very intentionally here. Do you want to go to a stage that has soft platforms? Probably, right? Remove all those flat stages from Pavelski, force him to go to a stage with a platform, and that's exactly what we have happen here.
And I think for the first time I've ever seen, I haven't been watching all day, but for the first time, it looks like we're getting a Mos Eisley spaceport game.
Yes.
We usually see this stage getting banned away pretty consistently, but yeah, welcome everybody to the newest stage in the competitive pool, Mos Eisley Spaceport. Notably, the soft platform does, of course, move over the wall. Very, very large blast zones. I think this replaced Apocalypse in the pool, so kind of fitting into that blast zone situation. Of course, a really long wall.
Yeah, and something you have to think about too is that the KO boxes in this map are very like reminiscent of Shipwreck Falls, which we haven't seen in singles in a minute, and even same thing in doubles, right? Just kind of made its way out the rotation, but extremely large KO boxes, right? And so you're playing a character like Ember, where before I was saying, oh, you might be on that Kaya because you want that survivability. Now that he swapped it back to Ember to get that extra bit of survivability, now we just have a much larger stage. So it's going to take Pavelski a little while longer to KO Flamethrower on the stage.
Pavelski definitely struggling with the extended stage that Flamethrower has afforded. Pavelski can't really smother Flamethrower the way that he wants to on this greatsword, and there covers the dodge through, and Flamethrower with a stock lead.
And that's the good thing too, right? Like Ember down sig on Qatar is one of the strongest sigs in the game. People don't actually know about that, but that move hits like a truck. And scales extremely well too, has a high amount of base force on it too. So even though you have this bigger stage, you can still pretty reliably get your knockouts at reasonable damage ranges.
Pavelski with a weapon toss there. Unarmed end light sends Flamethrower off stage, going for the scoop on the recovery. That's the nair though. Okay. Nowhere near KOing there, of course, but Pavelski looking for this recovery, very clearly understanding, like, okay, this is the name of the game. I want to see some more down airs, too, though. Nice. That's a classic, and that's the plug-and-play sig. Believe sidelight into chase dodge forward and sig to close out that stock.
Yeah, had to get something there, and if he went for, like, an end-light, he wouldn't have been able to convert into a stock because he ran out of runway on the stage, right? So the only way he can really get that stock is by going for a signature, and that's exactly what we saw him do. But now things are even here, and since that platform does go over the corner, it gives Pavelski, it gives Flamethrower the stage to run away at if he's waiting for a weapon to spawn. But it's not quite working because Pavelski's so good at sharking that, yeah, I'll sit on this platform. He's gonna move. Pavelski does. They move at the same time, and then the double
and the weapon toss. It's not enough. It doesn't cover any resources, but okay, never mind. It is. But yeah, exactly as you were saying, like Flamethrower. The problem with platforms that cover off stage in many platform fighters is the fact that, like, because it's the only option to go for, you can't drop through because you'll just end up off stage. It kind of like forces you into a spot that's really easy to shark, and Pavelski really good at punishing that with an air. And now Pavelski one stock away from getting a top 8 here at the first official in 2025. Flamethrower not going to make it so easy though, picking up the Qatars now. The big difference between the Kaya besides the stats, big ground pound into the weapon toss. Pavelski waits it out, but it's not nearly enough to make it back, and we have a last stock, game 5. Flamethrower turning on the flames there, closing out that stock very, very early. Pavelski now picking up another greatsword, gets the dodge read, but no conversion off of it. And okay, no dodge from Flamethrower. Nice recovery from Pavelski. Flamethrower fighting back at center with the bow, not swinging, waiting for his opportunity like a hunter, you know? You have to wait.
Oh, you're crazy. He might have thrown. Wait, no, he gets back to the stage.
It's the down air into the open up, but no conversion into the finisher. Another one, another dodge through the bridge. Oh, man. Down air, side air, Pavelski off stage now. Careful for the down sig. You have to be so careful. Of the ground pound, another GC down sig, trying to flip the situation. The double down light into the recovery because the side air gets interrupted by the weapon toss. A weapon toss for Pavelski, and Pavelski punches his ticket into top 8 elimination side. A scramble to the right side ends in a recovery. Barely able to get a side air off of the high landing from Flamethrower, and Pavelski moves forward. Oh my goodness.